So guys, the last method that we have in tuple that we have to learn is the CMP method, which is compare method. Usually CMP method is used to compare elements of two tuples. Yeah. Now the elements of tuples can be same or different data types. If elements are of the same data type, compare them and return the result. If the elements are of different types, check to see if they are numbers. Yes. Now there are two scenarios or cases of comparison done by this method. Now those are as follows. Case 1, suppose the tuple contains only numbers. The method compares elements from left to right. If a greater number is encountered in a tuple, the tuple containing it is declared greater and the further comparison are halted. But if all the elements are equal, the tuples are declared equal. Pretty simple. Now, if there are multiple data types in the tuple, the method compares it based on the order these data types are sorted. For example, a string type is greater than any number type. Hence, if a tuple contains a string, it is greater. Yeah. So these are the two cases you need to look out for when you are using compare method in tuple. Usually, the syntax for this method is let me write the syntax. So as I said, it compares two tuples. So it is CMP tuple 1, comma, tuple 2. So it compares two tuples. So this tuple 1 is the first tuple to be compared and tuple 2 is the second tuple to be compared. Yeah. Now you need to understand the return value. This is very, very important. Yeah. If the elements are the same type, perform the compare and return the result. If elements are of different type, check to see if they are numbers. Now, if those are numbers, perform numeric coercion if necessary and compare. If either element is number, then other element is larger. Numbers are smallest. Yeah. Otherwise, types are sorted alphabetically by their name. So if we reach the end of one tuple, the longer tuple is larger. If we exhaust both tuples and share the same data, the result is a tie, meaning 0 is returned. Yeah. So these are some important concepts that you need to understand. Let me bullet them. If number perform numeric coercion, if necessary, compare the numbers. Otherwise, types are sorted alphabetically by name. Yeah. So the simple thing that you need to understand is compares two tuples. Yeah. So let me start with an example so that we can start understanding what it is. Yeah. So suppose I have tuple 1 that is 1, 2, 3, comma X, Y, Z. Yeah. And I have tuple 2 which is 456, comma ABC. So let's compare this. Print the comparison of tuple 1 to tuple 2 and we'll compare tuple 2 to tuple 1. Seems great. Now, this will execute only in Python 2.0. So it may give me an error in Python 3. Let's see what happens. Yeah. So it gives me an error because CMP function is, or the CMP method, this type of comparison happens only in Python 2.0. Yeah. So there is another way by which we can compare is by using user defined function. So suppose I have def CMP and I'll take the value as x comma y. This is my user defined function. Yeah. And what I'm returning is return x greater than y minus x less than y. Yeah. So it is giving me a return value based on this comparisons. Yeah. So I've defined this function. So I have, okay, let me return it properly. Yeah. So I've defined a function called compare. Okay. I'm not, this is right now. X greater than y and x less than y. Okay. Great. So I've defined a function. So let's start by defining a particular value by saying for x greater than y. So what we are trying to do is, suppose I have the value as x equals to 123. Yeah, yeah. And y equals to 112. Yeah. And I'll say print the CMP value for x greater than y is x. Yes, let's see what is the output for this one. Yeah, so the output is 1. Why? Because x is greater than y. So since x is greater than y, the value of x greater than y becomes 1. So let's see what is the value. You'll see this is true. True is equivalent to 1, whereas false is equivalent to 0. Yeah, so this is false. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So that is true. Yeah. Let's try to find out the value of x less than 1. So x less than y. Yes. So let me use this example. We'll add more details to it. So 123 comma xyz. Yeah. And 456 comma abc. Yeah. Now again, I'm trying to compare x comma y. So let's see what is the output. See, this is -1. Why? Because x greater than 1 has turned to 0, that is false. And has turned to true. So 0 minus 1 is -1. So that's why we have this value. So y is greater. 456 is greater than 123. Yeah. So, but obvious, since the first itself is greater than 123, it has evaluated to true. So x is less than y, it is true. Since x is less than y, it is true, and it has evaluated to 1. And x greater than y is false, which has evaluated to 0. So 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Suppose both the elements are equal. So if I have x equals to y, yeah, then it should return you 0, yeah, because both are equal. So since both are equal, this is also 0, this is also 0. Yeah, x greater than y is also 0. X less than y is also false, hence 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Yeah. Let's quickly do one example of odd or even. Yeah. So if suppose I have variable that is equals to k equals to 18. Yeah. Now what I'll do is if compare 0 comma k divided by 2, k mod of 2, which should be 0. Then it would be equal, that would be 0. That would be odd number. Yeah. So I'll say if k print the given number x is 0 and y is, so if it is 18, it's 0 and it would be 0, so it would be 0 or it would be even, odd or even. So it would be even, I guess. So let me see if it's a odd or even. Let me run this. Yeah, so this is a odd number. No, this would be an even number. Sorry, I have given the wrong way of doing it. So this is a even number. Yeah. Same way, if I would have given the number as 31, yeah, it's an odd number. Sure, understood? So what it is doing is it is dividing it by a particular k by 2. The value of k by 2, if you see here, is 1. So y value is evaluated to 1. So what happens? It goes back to the function. It checks whether 0 is greater than 1. No. So it comes up as false, which is 0. Checks whether 0 is lesser than 1. Yes. So it evaluates it to true, which is 1. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Hence, it gives the value as odd. Yeah. But if my value was 12, then the k divided by 2 would have been 0, and accordingly, it would have been equal. And hence, the even number. Yeah. So you need to understand that the compare function is not directly available in Python 3 version, whereas it was available in Python 2 and it would have worked directly with this kind of code. However, over here, we have defined a user-defined function and used it accordingly to compare the values. Yeah. So this is how you compare two tuples from a given set of elements, depending on which is the highest or lowest or which are equal. Yeah. Hope you like this video. Do like, share this video with your colleagues. Do comment if you have any views or if you have any ideas on this particular videos which you want to add on, and share it with your colleagues who are watching the video. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel to get such informative video directly to your inbox. Thank you so much.